Microphone check. Microphone check. All right. I don't care about people not showing up. All right. So Israel Adesanya is retiring. I'm calling it right now. Let me go ahead and let the dreads hang out. And we'll put the dreads back in. Here's why Izzy is retiring. Izzy is retiring because for the first time in his life, he met the bully. See, Izzy got bullied as a young lad, according to his legendary story, whatever. And he always talked about how I stood up to the bully, I beat the bully, and when I realized that I can beat the bully, it gave me confidence and it gave me like the ability to fucking be able to fight and get through things. But what happens is he became a bully. And this is very common to people who get bullied, is that when they start to level up in life, they become the bully. And so Izzy became the bully. He was smoking guys. He realized all these MMA guys are easy because they all going to try to kickbox. They all think they know what they're doing in kickboxing. They're going to fight my fight. They're easy, they're predictable. I can see what they're going to do before they do it. La-di-da-da-da. Easy work. Easy fucking work. And so he thought he was clever, outsmarting guys. He has a whole gimmick. The style bender, which is cool. I'm not going to lie to it. It's very cool. It's a very nice gimmick. But he ran into the wrong guy. And that guy is Mr. Sean Strickland. And see, the interesting thing about Mr. Sean Strickland is, if you listen to everybody that talks about him, when you first fight Sean Strickland, he's going to beat you. He's going to beat you every time. Because his style is so simplistic, it's very difficult to like process how is this guy so stupid when he's fighting. Like he fights like a meathead, but a very, very refined meathead. But the problem is you got to keep doing battle with him over and over and over. And eventually you'll be able to figure out, okay, he's very simple. He's throwing a 1-2, sidestep, got the way, da-da-da-da, all the other stuff that goes with the logic of fighting. But what scares Izzy is he understands that I had to fight this guy, and if I fight him again, I didn't learn the lesson from the first time. I wasn't willing to put myself back on that shield and take a chance of getting myself knocked out again. Because once he caught that first, fucking dome piece and then dropped him, that's the first time we ever seen Izzy ever get dropped. And like, I think like Kevin Galveston, like he's been hit, he's been like kind of battered a little bit, but he's never been fucking just dismantled. And Izzy's trying to work it back in his head. And you saw it in the press conference. I want to go back to people who love me and they care about me. Here's my guy, Eugene Berryman, so he can go home and cry. I think they gave him a piece of tissue because he was crying. I'm pretty sure Izzy cried himself to sleep because Sean called him out as a man. And see, Izzy never grew up to be a man. He always kept all these clowns around him. He kept a bunch of dudes around him that like they admired him because he was a style bender. He had all this clash and flash and all this other stuff. But when it really came down to what your heart looks like or what you're really about, he realized, I don't want this. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, and everybody tries to say, oh, the Pierre fight, he was tired, he was beat up, blah, blah, blah. No. It had nothing to do with any of that stuff. What I witnessed was a man who got brought down. He crashed out. We watched Izzy crash out live on television, essentially. That's what I'm telling you right now. And now he has to rebuild, and he doesn't know how to rebuild. Because you got to think about it, he's 36 years old now. And it's not to say that there's anything wrong with 36, but as a 36-year-old dude that's in fighting, you're not going to be able to reinvent yourself unless you go away for a long time. You got to go away and like do some George Foreman shit where you find God and start training all this other stuff. So essentially, what we got with Izzy is he's looking at the time scale. He's like, I know I could beat Sean if I reinvent myself, become tougher and all this stuff. But the math of it is not going to work. The math is not working because I don't have anybody to really test me in the gym because they're all kind of scared of me. And now the blood's in the water. Because don't think these other fighters didn't see that they got the game plan on Izzy. Whitaker saw it. Cannonier saw it. All these guys saw, oh, if we just walk in on Izzy, we don't try to sit there and let him pick us apart, and we actually go after this kid, we can beat the shit out of Izzy. Izzy's not unbeatable. Because a lot of those guys that fought Sean, they're like, hold up, man, I can beat Sean. And so now Izzy's looking like, holy fuck. Like the gig is up. They know now. They know that I'm not that guy. And then when you start to think about his career, who he fought, don't get me wrong, he fought everybody. He fought Vittori. He fought Whitaker twice. Now, the first Whitaker fight, not really fair because Whitaker was coming off, I don't know how many year layoff. He fought a sorry Cannonier. Cannonier is very sorry as a fighter. Like he's a big bulking dude. And he's very strong and shit, but he's a terrible fighter. He's not really that much of a fighter. And what he realized was, oh my God, if I fight Sean again and Sean beats me, I have no way back to the title because the rest of these guys have no fear of me. And largely what guys don't realize when it comes to fighting is that the fear-based thing. Like Mike Tyson, the reason Mike Tyson was so fucking lethal is because guys feared Mike Tyson. Like he had that aura of invincibility. That aura of invincibility is a very real thing when it comes to combat because in combat, it's mainly psychological and spirit. And if you take Sean Strickland lived his life with an alcoholic dad that beat him. He was a white trash motherfucker. He's like, bro, anything like he's like, I would be a minute. I would probably be in prison for doing some type of violent assault on somebody. So thank God I found fighting. Like he's actually happy to be in fighting just because it gives him some type of release. It makes him happy. Izzy's not like that. Izzy likes the byproducts of fighting, but doesn't like the actual fighting himself. He enjoys the he's a point fighter. And I think a lot of people don't understand that when they really watch the fight. He's not trying to he's trying to finish guys, but he's only looking to finish guys if he can do it safely. See, Sean's looking to finish guys because he just wants to put that rage on you. You got that white man rage. White man rage is a very real thing. Don't take that with any small gesture. White man rage is very real in these streets. But anyway, Izzy's going to retire because he doesn't know what to do. And if you look at it, what interview has Izzy done? Izzy hasn't broken silence yet. It's been 2 weeks now. And Izzy's one of the most talkative guys on social media. He's one of the most talkative guys. He has plenty to say. Even after the Piera fight, he was still talking. And that was a pretty hard fight to lose because he got beat, fought this guy in the championship and lost. And that really hurt him. The Jan fight, he was cool. And now he's in a situation where he's like, fuck. Like, I don't have any answers. He's looking at his coaches. The coach is like, well, we don't really have any answers either. I mean, maybe don't back away, try to sidestep. But Izzy's a point counter fighter. And see, the thing about MMA, or just the thing about fighting, period, is when point counter fighting actually meets somebody who's trying to finish you, it becomes an interesting clash. Because once again, fighting is not like football, it's not like basketball, it's not like any of the other sports where if you're down by 20 in a basketball game, chances are you're not coming back. That's a wrap. That's game. You can sit back and be comfortable and lead. It doesn't work that way in fighting. In fighting, one punch changes everything. One moment changes everything. One sidestep, one misdirection, one mistake changes the whole course of the fight, and now you're in a different situation. And see, that's what's scaring Izzy because normally every guy he fought, as soon as he starts to get up on points, they become predictable. And here's the thing. Sean was predictable from the jump. Sean's like, look, I'm going to go to you. I'm going to punch you in the fucking face. Let's go do a man dance. And Izzy's looking at this shit like, bro, I don't know what to do with this guy. I really have no answers because he's going to keep coming for me for 5 straight rounds. I don't know if I have 5 straight rounds in me, 5 straight dogs in me. And you saw the fight after he got clipped in that first round. Izzy played keep away. He tried to kick the legs, and Sean just kept marching, coming after him. And if you watch most of Izzy's fights, guys are trying to keep the distance, and they allow Izzy to point fight him. So guys were conceding to Izzy, like, please just don't knock me out. I'll sit back. I'll take these leg kicks from you, and I'll do these little counters. But once he got put on the back foot, which is most fighters, once you get put on the back foot, you got one or two choices. You got to either step ahead and deal with the punches, deal what's going to come after you, coming your way, or you can hide and try to back away. And that's what Izzy did most of the fight. He was trying to hide, catch his footing, see if he can catch Sean in the counter. But the problem is you're not going to catch Sean in the counter like that. Even if you watch the Piera fight, he was getting in Piera's ass a little bit. Piera got lucky because he has that monster's left hook, and he's just a monster of a human being. So he caught Sean and he got knocked out. But even Piera was like, hold up a second, man. This guy, he's a real deal. So it's fascinating because Izzy does not – Izzy will have to revolutionize his entire fighting ability. He would have to become a marching forward. He would have to meet Sean in the middle, and he's going to have to take precedence of the dance and lead. And once again, Izzy's not a leader of the dance. He's a point fighter who puts you down on points. And once you're down on points, you start to open up because you know you have to win. If you watch the fights, when the guys try to open up, that's when he's catching guys. But Sean's coming to you and open up and giving you opportunities, hoping that you take the opportunity so you can fucking put that 1-2 on you. So it's an interesting dynamic because I think Izzy's done, man. And to be honest with you, it wouldn't be that bad thing. Call it a career. Hey, look, but the way he's going to call a career is the very interesting aspect. That's why I'm very curious to ask how is he going to do it? Is he going to give his credit to Sean and say, look, Sean, like, just come clean? Like, look, the gig is up. Sean got me, man. I don't have any answers. I had a great career. I was a dominant middleweight champion. You boys had some fun. And I'm going to go right off in the sunset and go just do what I fucking do. Be a commentator or whatever the hell. Or is he going to stay silent and quiet and pretend like none of this happened? Which is what he's currently doing right now. Is trying to pretend like none of this happened. But guess what, man? It happened. It happened. Appreciate you listening.